Hey guys, and welcome back. Got another LEGO City update for you today. Lots of changes have been made here in the LEGO room over the past few days. In particular, with the LEGO City, about a third of its layout has been completely revised and is back with a brand new look, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and it's definitely heading in the right direction. Not only that, but when I was working on the changes in the city, I decided to put some work into the tables underneath the LEGO City as well. So there's some new stuff happening under there, and I think it's pretty exciting. Now, we're going to take a look at all of these changes here in the LEGO room, and we're also going to be discussing some plans that I have moving forward into the future. And when we do that, just bear in mind that I'm only about a quarter of the way done these changes, so it's sort of a mess in here, but I always like showing you guys before I get too far ahead of myself so that I can always take your critiques and comments into consideration when working on the LEGO City. So let's take a look at some brand new changes here in the LEGO room. Alright, so we're going to start with the changes up top on the LEGO City here on the main tables. So nothing's changed in the amusement park or in the downtown core, but the section in which the main changes have happened are right over here in the residential area, beach area, Ninjago area, boat docks, everything like that. So this area has actually 100% changed because if you've been following my channel here, you can see those changes, but the main changes is that big raised platform that I used to have that used to actually go up right here up to a raised platform that hosted the residential area is completely gone. So I've decided to remove that raised platform, and I'm actually quite happy that I did remove that raised platform just because I think it was a little bit too tall. So that's the first major change. I got that thing the heck out of here. So then I decided to run the residential buildings along the back side of the table, and you can see I've extended the train track so that it goes all the way around here, pops through those tunnels there, and there's actually another tunnel there that's right in behind the old fishing store, and then comes back in around here. So now the train can do a full circuit. So you can see that there is a little change here as well. This area is actually a little bit lower. It's actually about 1.5 inches lower. So this is actually a drop table now. So where the water and the beach and Ninjago and boat docks are is 1.5 inches lower and is sitting on a drop table. Well, how did I go about doing that so easily and so quickly? Well, originally when I built these giant Lego tables here in the Lego room, I had to build them over top of this pool table. And unfortunately, when I did it, I actually built them 1.5 inches too short to fit over top of the pool table. So I had to put these ugly blocks of wood on the bottom. And there's a total of 3 tables. So I actually took the blocks of wood off the third table. And now a third of the Lego City is sitting 1.5 inches lower than the other 2/3. So it actually worked out quite well that I made it too short, because now I can remove those blocks and create a drop table scenario. So after creating or dropping this table down 1.5 inches, I actually got another sheet of plywood and some blocks, and I put them underneath here, and I've actually kept 30 inches of the table a little bit, well, at the same height of the rest of the Lego City. So the residential area is sitting on, is at a level with the remainder of the Lego City, and the only parts that actually is dropped is the beach and the ocean and the docks and stuff like that. Because it sort of makes sense, right? Only the water portion of the Lego City should be on the drop table. So plans moving forward here in the Lego City, obviously I have to do a lot of work here. There's no ocean, there's no beach here in the ocean. So what I have to do is just use a lot of sand pieces and create an ocean or a beach and put minifigs. And then I got these 3 cabins, including the beach hut, that have to be placed on that little beach there as well. So I've tried to seamlessly blend in this drop table using MERP pieces. So I have these rock cliff edge pieces all the way around the gap created by the drop table. And I plan on using a bunch more dark bluish gray slopes and sort of blending that in more seamlessly and creating a more unique sort of look. Over here we have the boat docks, and that's actually on a little bit of a raise too. It comes about an inch off the drop table, and that's actually done with all bricks, dark bluish gray bricks, and then I topped it with a road plate. So the boats can go over here, go through the train track, come down here, and then launch their boats into the water. And then we have the big boat docks here. These boat docks have actually been kicking around for a long time. I've just been sort of moving them around and adjusting them to all the different Lego City layouts here, because as we all know, I change my Lego City quite often. But I think I'm actually pretty happy with the direction it's heading now. I think this drop table really does add a nice look. Now right over here too, this is the old fishing store. I've got that placed right here. So some other things that I have to do is I have to build little staircases coming down on either side of this boat dock, one giving access to the beach and the other giving access to the old fishing store. And then I have to create some more stairs for the boat docks as well. Now sort of stuffed over here in the corner is Ninjago City. And I also have to figure out a way to create a bridge that goes to Ninjago City so that people can actually access Ninjago City. Now over here, you'll see I've created 2 tunnels. Let's hop around and have a look at those real quick. So you'll notice that underneath the table is actually glowing. Keep in mind there's changes under there as well. I just want to finish up here up top. So these are the 2 tunnels that the train passes through. Obviously nowhere near completion yet, but they do represent tunnels. And I've just framed a couple arches there using some dark bluish gray 2x6 and 2x4 bricks. And then I stuck some more of those MERP panels in. So this train is going to go under here and then it's going to pop out there. What eventually I'd like to do, this is a plan for the future as well, is complete this MERP thing here and build a mountain here. So there's going to be a mountain in which this train will go into and then come out of, almost like it's going to a different city or a different section of the Lego world. You know what I mean? I think that would be pretty neat if this was eventually just one big mountain, which I plan to build with dark bluish gray bricks and MERPs and burps of all sorts, just to sort of build a giant mountain with those train sort of archways as well. And right here I've got 2 32x32 green plates that actually represent a little campground. Still got to work on completing that. And then sort of blending in this the gap here as well from the drop table a little bit more seamlessly yet as well. So that's the changes up top here. As you can see, some significant changes to the Lego City. Now let's have a look at some of those changes below. So I actually want to start looking at underneath with the lights off, because I've actually installed the LED lights underneath the Lego table here so that I can indicate different times of day by using different colors with those LED lights. So right now I got them on the blue, indicating night. So when we had a look up top there, you could probably tell that there was no more train yard and there was no more industrial trains. And in order to make room up top, I had to move the industrial trains down here, and I actually really like it because now the trains have room to go around the track. It actually has 2 different lines here underneath the Lego table for those trains to go around. I feel like now I can have a lot more fun with my Lego trains here in the Lego room. They have a lot more space to go around, and I can have more lines and just do more stuff with sort of an industrial train yard underneath the table here. Let's turn the lights back on real quickly here. So here we can see those LED strip lights that I have just above the underground table. And we can see the trains cruising around, of course. This is the Lego factory that I never had room to put in the Lego City as well. So I actually kept that constructed and kept it here in the train yard. Has more of an industrial style look. And then over here is the train garage that used to be on top of the Lego City as well. And it just took up a huge footprint. And in order to make the Lego City look better and give that ocean more room, I had to bring this industrial train yard down here. And like I was saying, I really do like it. Then we have the overhead crane and the other crane there, or like the scooper or dumper or whatever you want to call it. And trains is sort of something that I really want to get more into moving into the future. I want to start building some custom wagons and some custom cars and locomotives and stuff like that. So by wanting to do that, by moving things down here, it's actually going to give me more room to do that, and it's going to let me see those custom pieces better once I go about making them. So we can see I actually decided to raise this up off the ground. So it's actually 6 inches off the ground, which is going to help me with dust and dog hair because I have animals. So that's why I've decided to raise the table 6 inches off the ground. Now I still have more plans for underneath here as well, and that's on this far side. So this will all be an industrial train yard here. But over here I have a bunch of sand base plates, and I do plan on making the underwater scene come back, because right here I have some underwater stuff, and also I have the Silent Mary, which is on the shelves for right now. I do plan on sort of framing out a section here. I just have to get the plywood cut and then get some blue paint and paint that plywood and sort of frame a section here for an underwater area that'll be isolated on its own next to the industrial train area underneath the Lego City. That's all the changes in the Lego room as of mid-June 2019. I really do like this drop table. I think it adds a sort of realistic element to the Lego City and is much better than the larger raised platform that was here prior to it. Also, by moving the industrial train and industrial trains down underneath the Lego City, it gives me a little bit of more room up top and more room for growth underneath the table here. I also really like the addition of the LED strip lights above the table underneath here. Just allows me to change the color of the lighting, and of course provides more lighting in general. Let me know what you guys think of these changes by commenting below, and remember to give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate the view, guys. Make sure you have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you again in the not so distant future. Bye for now.